Hello, good afternoon, good morning. Good morning. We only got about maybe 30 minutes. I got to go to work, so I have to do this. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let the numbers grow slowly as we about to get into this. Yeah, I got to get into it this morning. I got to talk to you all this morning. You know, we have other shows coming up, so I don't want to take too many people's show. I don't want to take the time of too many people. I do not want to take your time. I do not want to waste your time. But something happened this morning that prompted me to come over here this morning. I don't usually come just without no reason. I wasn't going to have a live right now. I was going to have a live a little later. I was going to have a, hold on. I was going to have a live a little later, but I was going to have a live a little later, but what happened there this morning? Let me just hold on. Okay. 1 second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. All right. You know, usually I like to maybe about 25, 30 before I go because I know it's going to go up slowly. The algorithms now are so funny on Facebook. You have to be very careful. But let me make sure that it is going up and everything is working. This morning, I want to say something to y'all. My fellow St.lucians, y'all can play it later. But I got to tell you, usually I wanted to come to 30 before I can I need to get up like 30. I don't want to talk to less than 30 people. It grows, but it takes time to grow up. But I want at least 30 people. But I want to say what I got to say to the people of St. Lucia. So when we get about 30 people, I'm going to start the message. You can always replay the message. But typically, I needed to go up a little bit. Because I'm not going to say start my conversation. Because my conversation is very important. Okay, we are 26 now. Let me see if I can get
from WhatsApp.
Where are the things that people always texting me. People always texting me right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on, I need more than 26 people. I'm not gonna do a live with less than 26. Okay, now we have 30 people coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, now listen, let me just clarify this for you all. This morning was have made me really look at the situation that I had with Yadi a little different. Okay. Now, me personally, I thought Yadi was a joker. I really thought that was a joke business. But every morning I waking up, Yomun Kamo by shooting. Everybody's the people that just dying. Just now, St. Lucia will remain half of the population. If this is how this thing is going, there will be no more people in Bexo, no more people in Castries. So I have to start taking this thing very, 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 very serious. It is important that I take this thing very, very, very serious. This morning, as a matter of fact, but this morning I was listening to Rave with Andre Paul, and I saw Herman Gill, who was our national security guy. I saw Herman Gill, who was our national security guy, and I saw Spider-Man Tooth. The two of them were on there. They used to be UWP, I think, or Labour, or whatever they used to be long time. I don't know, because I don't know the politics of St. Lucia. But one thing I know, Herman Gill was the national security guy for St. Lucia, right? I'm talking about that too. If all the jokes I gave Herman Gill a lot of jokes before too. I want to show you a difference. Before I go into what I'm saying, I'll show you a difference with the politicians and the UWP people, the difference. I gave Herman Gill a lot of jokes. And I met Herman Gill at the airport. I was going back to America. As you all know, I'm a shock value guy. I like to make people laugh. I met Herman Gill. And I'm just to let you know, the man was like so nice to me, so cordial, so respectful. Oh, and it's just this thing just keep on bothering me, bothering me, bothering me. Why is it that those laborers are so worried and so messed up in trying to say something to me, trying to affect me? When I made it with just a casual statement, I made about the people of St. Lucia, about the situation we are in. And when I listen to Herman Gill making a statement saying that there are people, that these people, the businessmen, the violent people, they'll just pay them some money. They will just pay them some money and they will send them to kill somebody and it will be done. So when he had making those kind of stuff, this is so serious. I don't know if I'm crazy because I don't really care, but this is a very, very serious thing, When this man, Herman Gill Francis, was the head of protecting our island. Herman Gill Francis was the head of protecting St. Lucia, the security of St. Lucia. So he has information about all these incidents. He may not be able to convict anybody because that has to go through the process. But he knows what's going on in St. Lucia. He knows the whole shenanigans. And when he comes out there and tells you, he says, there are people, they are hitmen in St. Lucia. They will just go to them and tell them, we want this guy out. And they will get this person out. And that is why there's so much problem in St. Lucia. So much, it is fearful. It is very, 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 it's a very fearful thing. I take it for a joke, but I'm in America. I take it for a joke. Sometimes I may say things that make me laugh. But for the national security guy to come on this, I heard him. I was listening to him and Spider on this this live, what they call rave or rave, and I'm saying to myself, but these people, they know the information, and they are in St. Lucia. And when people go and say they're just going to affect you, just going to kill you, just going to shoot you, this thing is very, very serious. Very serious. And when people in government are not taking an opportunity, a chance, they are not doing anything for you to go and talk to these people that are threatening you. That is a very serious, serious thing. What's in Lucia? That is our mandate. We have no resource. It's like tourism, is it? So when even St. Lucians, we ourselves, St. Lucians, cannot go to St. Lucia and feel safe. When we cannot go to St. Lucia on our own island to feel safe, what kind of a country is that? Philip Chapier has just failed us in terms of security. I said I was going to give him a year, 2 years. It doesn't. I know he cannot stop crime completely. But when you have people in your cabinet and people who support you and people who are powerful in your mouthpiece, can without impunity threaten people, this is a very, very, very dangerous situation. This is a very, very, very dangerous situation. You cannot have that in this country, Philip JPN. You cannot have this. And every day when you hear people, I do a lot of puppy show. I know that. And I don't know why I'm not afraid. I don't know. It's a mystery to me why I'm not afraid. But we need some people like me, really, at least to stand up to the bullies. We need people to stand up to those bullies. And everyone in St. Lucia. Let me just the whole people in St. Lucia. It is one thing to support your party. It is one thing to support your party. But when each and every one of you all know that the people that has the influence and the control of things in St. Lucia that can just say, hey, hit Kikera. And y'all think y'all don't believe it? Y'all don't believe it? They can do it. The security guy said they can do it. And he knows they can, because he's been in there. He's seen it happen. We cannot have this kind of language on our St. Lucia people. We cannot live like that. We just cannot live like that. We cannot live like that. And then people can control who has documents on you, who has documents on this one, who is like a dictatorship, like like a mafia thing in St. Lucia. You say anything they don't, if you don't like the party, You're supposed to have a choice not to vote. That's why I know there'll be a landslide going on. You see this next election? There'll be a landslide. Because first of all, the people who are in power now, they did not come in power like the people really care about them. The people did not vote. Because there's a lot of anomalies that really happen. There's other things that did not happen. That happened that doesn't make sense. See, when you look at Bexel, there's no way. I like Joachim as a person, but there's no way he should have won that election. There's no way. Something wasn't right there. You know, when you look at things like somebody commented me, oh, you supporting UWP, something is not right. Why are you supporting? Something is not right. You left the go. There are no things that are not right. There are things that are not right. The way you won the election, it was not right. It was just not right. The way you won the election. So obviously, something doesn't add up. Something doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It does not add up. Because when you look at the guy who won in Ancillary, let me tell you, 5 seats that you won and you should not have won. There can be upsets one here and there, but there's something not right about 5 seats. Gail Regabat should not have lost that seat. In all metric, she shouldn't have lost that seat. Period. Guy Joseph should not have lost that seat. Dominic Fede should not have lost his seat. The guy in Soufrière, he shouldn't have lost his seat. These 5 people, they shouldn't have lost their seat. And Kenny Anthony should have been out of power. It was just, I think, a wave. Everybody listened to the Papi show. All the people told him the lies of Richard Frederick, the lies of everybody. They even kick out, I said things that just for the party's sake. And, all these things, people change their mind. But it was not right. And that is why at this point, St.lucia can never be properly run. You see, when you do something under false pretense, like when you go and tell a woman you're going to do this for her, and you don't do it for her, you're going to have chaos because she came with that thing in her mind. If you are going to tell the truth and you start telling the truth from the beginning, things are going to be all right. Things are going to be all right. But I'm telling you, St. Lucians, you made a mistake. I am 100% sure that it was a mistake. It was. Now, I don't expect the hardcore laborers to agree with me because that's your livelihood. Victor Eugene, those in New York, Dismas, all these people, that's the people. I don't expect them to agree with me. But the fact remains, this is not a legitimate government. The Labour Party is not a legitimate government. So everything they're going to do is not going to go right. Let me give you an example of this thing. I don't know the whole detail about that. I've always said the experts will come and talk to either Chasney or Philip J. Pierre with the hospital. I always said, I don't know the details of neither the hospitals who in terms of the structure, the integrity of the building. I don't know that. I'm not an engineer. I don't know if the big box, they call it, has integrity, the strength, if they pass the standard. Because I think there must be some kind of standard in St. Lucia. When you're building anywhere in the world, they have standards. So if you have to put 2 2x4s to make a house and you put 1, you have to put 2. So I believe whoever was watching that box must have known.
A link symbol emoji Caribbean American News Media.
Okay, next
link
time.
to Facebook.
Next time. But let me finish what I'm doing if your link. Well, let me just clarify that. The hospital, they said the big box is not good. And yet still they say that the little box is okay, the little building is okay. I said if the structure is better, I'm not the engineer, but we have to look at common sense. If now y'all are saying that y'all want to use part of the other hospital, that means y'all actually had deceived the public. Y'all had deceived the public. If the amount of things y'all told us about the hospital, and I believe y'all, I agree with y'all, I said to myself, if these people are saying the box is not good and it's water and this and that, I understand. I agree with that. But when you go to the little hospital, it's cosmetic. It's cosmetic look. I know for sure. 4 or 5 years ago, I went to St. Lucia. My uncle, Jules Plumbing, was doing the plumbing in the old building, the little one. I walk upstairs. I didn't walk everywhere. I just saw it. But I went up with my uncle and I walk upstairs. And I was there talking to some people. And I'm looking at this little small things. I'm asking my uncle, what is this? Okay, he said, that's the hospital. I'm like, but why didn't think so? It's a very quincyclical place. It's quinstatious, very quinstatious. In terms, I don't know if that is how a hospital is supposed to be made, but to me, usually a hospital, when you go in it, you want a big space. I don't know. I'm not talking about the outside. I don't know about the design. I'm not an engineer. I'm not talking about that. But most hospital or most places you go, it has a style. An airport have a particular look. A hospital have a particular look. When I went, a lot of you talk, you'll never went to that building. I went to that building and I look at that little building. I see just little, it was just wet to me, little places. And then everybody said, oh, they're working there, but you can't. That's why I haven't said that hospital will never be finished. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, it's very small. But me, a man of integrity and intelligence, I leave it up to the engineers to say, when you were talking, I say, if the engineer says this is good, that's what you have to do. But now I'm hearing they're saying they want to go to the big box, which they had pretended that was so bad. And I agree with them because I'm saying their engineers say, this is not good, do that. So we can all see everything they're doing is like they were putting Chasney down in the particular way so that everybody think everything Chasney did was bad. But based on what I'm seeing with this party say tikaba, they call it tikai. Like, when you're a little child, you're paying little doctor, a little house, and kai. Go under the kai. That's the administration we have there. And I'm sick and tired of this little thing. We need some more grandiose thing. Make St. Lucia look nice. Look at you go to a hotel, you walk in. Make St. Lucia nice. You go to a hospital, you go in. This St. Lucia we have now is a tikai, tikaban. We have a tikai bafek, tipachis, tipachime. Miguel just fetishime. We don't want this. We want a very, very, very structured country where people can say, oh, that's big. An infrastructure, which Chasney was working a lot on. And I've always said that I do not understand how people have access. That I want a place called Moncito Sepon, somewhere, I don't know where that is, somewhere by where Kokoro side is. Okay. The road goes so far up. I don't know who built it, but I'm just saying, whoever was in power during this UWP, they focus on making road to get access. And that is key. You don't have labor, like they say they're there for the poor for sure. But that strategy is not a good strategy. If you're going to be for the poor, help the poor get themselves out of the ground. Help the poor come up. You're giving the poor money. Like I always tell people, stop giving me fish. Stop giving me fish. Every time my boat come, you juking my boat going down. Okay, my mia peso. According to my mia peso. Papi che boat me. And Chasney was letting people have access to their land, have access to their houses. You can build houses on top of the mountain. You can build houses over. St. Lucia have some beautiful sites. I drove my first weekend on some top of mountain in Mac. You can see Lucretia in box house from top. From the top of the hill. There are places you can go. There are people you can see. But if you have the roads, the access to these places, that is so important. But we know there are politics. And people will tell you, listen to this guy or listen to that guy. That is not the important part. That is your own good. There's one part which is politics, which Richard Frederick is the master at. You cannot take that from him. You cannot take that from Richard Frederick. He's a master politician. I have taken a piece of his book to use on his own self, on him, because that's what he did. Okay? So I believe he's a great politician and he can do whatever he wants because he's very good at it. So, but I just don't, what I don't like about him and his surrogates, they can say anything about Chasney and anybody else. But when you say about him, they want to threaten your life. That's the one I don't like. It should be a democratic country where you can say what you want. If somebody says something that's out of place, I'm not supporting anybody, including myself, saying something which is out of place. What I'm saying, if I say something which is out of place, you come back and you do one or two things, three things. You come back and give him more power because his power we're dealing with. And I keep on telling you all, Richard was better, not a better prime minister or better minister than Chastney. He was a better powerlist than Chastney. Richard spoke better than Chastney. He was very powerlistical. He's a photo power, he's a managed power, he can get power, he can subliminally push things in and make you think it's reality. He is so good at what he's doing. And that is the problem. Everybody believed him because he's good. He know how to come. He took a picture of Kenny and Tenya. Kenny and take me here. But he was good at it. We all see the picture. We're thinking, oh, everybody likes Richard. There's certain things he's doing I can show you. I'm learning from him. I learned a lot from him. Okay? So what I'm saying, he's in political business. It's okay. It's okay. Do your thing politically. If I said something you're not agreeing with it, tell me something back. Or take me to court. If I am guilty, the judge will find me guilty. But I don't think there's any place, no matter what I tell you, I never threaten your life. I never say anything like that. I can say you're a crook. I can say you're a killer. If I say you're a murderer, whatever I say, either you come, you prove me wrong. Two things you do. You prove me wrong, or you take me to court. Or you come back and tell me, oh, woman fed this, woman fed that. So it's a back and forth power. Okay? It's a back and forth power. That is how we have to do it in order for us to achieve peace and security in St. Lucia. It is a back and forth power. We're gonna just go ahead and just pretending like we can say anything we want about anybody, and somebody say something about it. And we all know. And as the security minister said, there are people that pay people to go kill people. You all know that can happen. And you'll just sit down there when somebody say that, because that person is on your side. Everybody keep quiet. Somebody had to come and denounce these things, make a statement, not in particular talk about the issue, the specific issue, but in general. That shows you some responsibility. You can come and say, man, violence is not a place for us. We cannot say these things. We must not say these things. And as I said, all jokes aside, and give you as Pacific said, if he took it seriously so much that all I said was you took say volley, right? He thought he himself alone. Miguel didn't take it on his own, and nobody else came and threatened me. He took it like that. I called him. I said, Adi, we are grown-ups, man. We can work this out in a different way. I did not come and tell you. If I said something about you and you tell me don't say it, and I keep on saying it, then I understand. But not you. Something and he didn't even listen to it himself. It's those people in New York that instigating this shit, that sending stuff for him, sending stuff for him, and sending stuff for that one, that create this whole mess. But we must stand up for our country. We cannot let people who don't care about the country and control it like dictators. And if you say something, they put a hit on you. You cannot say what you want. This is not an island. You have to be free, my people. You must be free. I got about 7 minutes to go because I have to go to do a class and thing. So let me finish what I was about to say. I'm telling you, a lot of these people. Let me say something to you. There are a lot of crimes in St. Lucia. There are a lot of things that are happening. There are big criminals in St. Lucia. Okay? But I'm telling you, a lot of the things these people are telling you, don't take it lightly. Because, I used to work with my father in town. Everybody know my father, the great Inspector Cyril. Not toujours fâché, but I love my father. I used to work in town with him. I really love my father. Even though we disagree, I really like him. He has a how do you call it? An aura like me, like to joke, like to don't mind my father. My father come on and plead that man. But anyway, I used to work with him when I was a bit younger. And I used to work with my father. My father was really good at what he does. My father knows criminal. My father used to work with me. And in town, the senior police. Let me see. Follow me, see. Bye. And it ended the man being a criminal. My father was very good. And that's one thing. My father have never called me and quarreled with me about anything. It's just one day. It's one time I put a picture of Richard Frederick by my niece. My father called me and he said, Kisa Kafea, Tia Poto Ishmala. And that was the only time he ever took a phone and called me. So I know that when I'm telling you certain things, it is not just a joke. Some people know what people are capable of doing. Some people know what people are capable of doing. So I'm telling the minister, these people in parliament, there's like Philip J. Pierre and these people, you guys got to be careful. You guys got to be very careful with that. It's not the aura. What's the word? With the perception of your government, the perception what the public look at this government as, and every labor know what I'm talking about. Labor and UWP know the fear of the people in your administration. People will come and fight you and say this. Why you say about me? They know the same thing I know. They believe the same thing I believe. They're just not bold enough. As I say, maybe the Martin Luther say more even true. But I have to tell you all, it's not a good look. And one thing I'm going to tell you all, you see St. Lucia, and watch what I'm telling you. Until we remove this administration, no matter what they do, it will be chaos. They came in under the false pretense. So they will go out on the false pretense. They came in on the false pretense with the lies. Why would Guy Joseph be out? Why would Stanislas be out? Why would, and the one in Babono too? That lady who just come in and win this guy, why? How? On the what? How these people winning? How? How these people winning? Basically, some of them have no experience. They don't know nothing. What's the one from Mikun? Jeremiah Pakudata, Jeremiah Javini. I listened to Jeremiah on a show. Then they come and say, yo, just a cut out show because you're outside about. I'm not saying people don't learn as they grow, but the man was just don't know what he's talking about. The one that win Kokoro, I don't become Kokoro. Dominic Fede. Man don't know nothing. Man was in England, just come and have fish and chips. All he did, just go to Buckingham Palace and eat fish and chips. Life in the EVSTC, boom, he win. How this is possible? How can this be possible? All these people who won, and Kenny Anthony just as his festival, people thought, now I didn't know much about him at that time. But when I look at this man, when I look at the state of you thought, that is where all the crime, the master of the crime is. That is where it is focused on. Then people don't play in Vifot, you know. They don't play. There are people that kill them when body VG. I am not landing on Nura. Something bagahin lang ako sa Makalan Nura. VG. It is crazy. So let us try to respect the community, the country, our leaders. Let us not threaten people. Let us make St. Lucia look a better place. But I'm telling you, all the things they said about Alan Chasney, it will come back to haunt them. Because that hospital, that little box, they call it the box, they will have to use it. Because right now I'm seeing the structure, they told us it wasn't good based on just words. Now they want to use it so that make us know that they're a liar. They lied to us. If you said something, and I am wise enough to know I'm not in government. I don't have privy to this information. But if you told us something and we trust you, say the thing is good. But the little hospital, the old one, the St. Jude's, I personally can tell you, it may be structurally sound, but the cosmetic is gibberish. I tell you, I've been in that. I was saying my uncle. I think I give them candy. Like, I look at them and say, that? In my mind, I say, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? But if the government say it is correct, the engineer says it's correct, you cannot say no. Maybe it's supposed to be so small. That's what they say. So I respect that. But cosmetically, I would never want to go to a hospital like that. I'm telling you. I'd rather go for most hospitals, you need space. You walk through there, you space, and you feel like in an airport. You feel comfortable. You know these things. So that's what I'm talking about. So St. Lucians, you must stand. You must not be afraid. I know they're not going to do you nothing. So keep quiet. Keep them up pressure. You have it here, man. I will be your Martin Luther King. But let us just respect each other. Let us do things through the law. Let us do things through the right channels. If somebody accuse you, you accuse them back if you like fun, like me. Say Bell Powell. And as I said, Richard won the election because he was a better wordsmith than Alan Chasney. Simple as that. He was just at it. So if I, KKR, decide to come and make people come and listen to me and be good at what I'm saying. Why are you all so mad with me? Why would you all be so mad with me? Even want to fret my life as a joke. Yeah, he has said so many things to people on his own show. I made a statement, just a general statement. I think a special prosecutor will not only take labor, UWP, he can put labor. That's what I said. And I said, yeah, okay, my homage to Jaime, because Jaime is I love Jaime. He's a resolutionary guy. Not revolution, resolution. He resolve problem and he doesn't want to fight. Mwemba agume. Si ya dikive gume. Me yonsu ta mwen kadi. Duka gume mano bon. Si wa muncho mwen makawe mun na. Le mwen kama he koki bis. Ebe ko jeje fide mwen papi mwen. Malesa way. Me suwa ya di bingo mwen kwa duvan buduva. Nafte ya di kwa chui telma. Le mwen cheme lok ya di. Mwen ka foute ya di I love you. I'm just joking the idea, but I do go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was nice talking to you all. We'll talk again some other time. But just be yourself. A lot of people can't say what I'm saying there because they're not going to sound right. Because that's my personality from the time I was a child. I give everybody power. It may not be the right thing. If somebody decides to beat me, I look for it. If somebody tries to sue me, I say to look for it. I will defend myself. But it is a peaceful thing I do. I make people laugh. And I bring up points, and if the points are valid, you'll use the point. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you I love you all, and I got to go and prepare myself, do some classes, do some studying, do some schooling, do whatever I have to do. But be careful with the kind of people you are put in office. When your ministers can have people, yeah, he's not anybody though. This man they're almost giving an ambassadorial position. Maybe that's what I was saying. So you all know what I'm talking about. So as I leave today, thank you all so much for watching me. And I will come back some other time if everything important is happening. But I may not come back soon. I don't like to come on Facebook every morning like that. But I know you all love me. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you all again. Bye-bye. Adios.